Did you know that omega-3 fish oil capsules can improve cholesterol levels in some people and even worsen them in others? In this video I'll explain why and what role your genes play in this. If you have high cholesterol levels in your blood, chances are your doctor will recommend taking fish oil capsules. They contain omega-3 fatty acids and belong to the polyunsaturated fatty acids. These acids are considered healthy fats and are found in fish and plant oils. If you want to increase your intake of these healthy fats as a dietary supplement, omega-3 fish oil capsules are the product of choice. In fact, the additional intake of omega-3 and other polyunsaturated fatty acids has had a positive impact on cholesterol levels in some studies, making it a good idea. However, a critic could also present studies in which the intake of omega-3 fatty acids or the increase in the consumption of healthy fats has no or even negative effects on cholesterol levels. So whether it's a good or a bad idea to take extra omega-3 when you have poor cholesterol levels is controversial. But why is this the case? Is omega-3 good or bad for cholesterol levels? The answer, like so many times, lies within your genes. In fact, the effect of omega-3 on cholesterol levels seems to have something to do with the APOA1 gene. This gene produces one of the main components of good HDL cholesterol, essentially the molecular waste disposal that transports and disposes of excess cholesterol. The gene therefore plays an important role in regulating cholesterol levels in the blood. Let's take a closer look. Usually, omega-3 enters the body through food. The APOA1 gene responds to the supply of the fatty acid and starts producing massive amounts of HDL cholesterol components. The good cholesterol increases and the heart is protected. But what about less favorable APOA1 genes? Omega-3 enters the bloodstream again, but this time the APOA1 gene is not present. The omega-3 no longer leads to the desired production of HDL cholesterol components. The good cholesterol does not increase, and according to some studies, the cholesterol is even worsened by the additional omega-3. So you see, it depends on the APOA1 gene whether the additional intake of fish oil capsules has a good or bad effect on your cholesterol levels. Fortunately, there are other ways to improve cholesterol levels in the blood. For example, phytosterols are referred to as plant cholesterol. When taken together with a fatty diet, they have a special function. They compete with dietary fats in the intestine for absorption. So while the intestine tries to absorb fat, phytosterols intervene and block fat absorption. This in turn has a positive effect on blood cholesterol levels. So whether omega-3 fatty acid leads to the desired improvement in cholesterol levels depends on your genes. If the genes do not cooperate, there are other strategies to improve cholesterol. About 34% of people have either two functioning or one functioning and one defective APOA1 gene. In these people, the additional intake of omega-3 improves HDL cholesterol levels. The remaining 66% of people have two defective genes, and in them, additional omega-3 has a negative effect on cholesterol levels. Additional intake is not recommended from a heart health perspective in this case. Healthy polyunsaturated fatty acids are better than unhealthy animal saturated fatty acids, even with poor APOA1 gene. So fish is always a better choice than a fatty steak. However, it makes sense to look at these genes when considering whether taking additional fish oil capsules is beneficial for improving cholesterol. But omega-3 also has other positive effects on the body. What about those? That's true, of course. Omega-3, for example, has anti-inflammatory properties and can therefore reduce an overly aggressive immune system, which can also be triggered by gene defects. So if omega-3 is bad for cholesterol but good for the immune system, what does that mean? In this case, it's important to consider the overall picture. Yes, omega-3 worsens cholesterol levels, but are these even a problem? Is it perhaps much more important to supplement with omega-3 due to overly aggressive immune system genes? These answers can only be provided by an overall view of the individual's genetic strengths and weaknesses.